So today I'm going to show you guys me installing my inline CO2 diffuser. This one's a GLA one, Greenleaf Aquariums. If you guys haven't heard of them, definitely check their website out. They have a lot of great stuff, a lot of top quality products like this one. And if you're looking for plants too, they also have all kinds of plants there too. But I don't know if GLA makes this directly. I think they do when I was reading on it, but it's a really nice one. I was going to get the atomic one, which is usually the one everybody gets, but they were out of stock and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I went with the GLA one, which was more money and it seems to be more quality actually. So I'll definitely have to try this out. Obviously the tank's not even set up yet to. Obviously we're going to install this, but it has no water plants yet, so this won't be in use for a while. But I'll definitely make a review on this eventually. But so comes with this. I kind of was already messing with this, that's why it's kind of like somewhat unboxed. But you see it's pretty good in size. I mean, this is the larger model for the 17 millimeter hoses. But also we got the needle for this, that's where the hose will go and tighten, and then obviously the both ends. But so I have to figure out which way it goes. I'm assuming it'd go like that, but I'll have to make sure before I actually do it and make you guys wrong too. But they're all different. They're all different, but they're all pretty much the same how they're setting them up. But basically, both hoses go in each of the ends, so we'll just have to cut out a little section. Where I'm gonna put it at, I don't know. I don't think there's no rule of where to put a diffuser at, but probably just somewhere. You don't want it too close, but I'd probably just put it somewhere in the middle here. And then obviously the CO2 hose that I have, that will come off there, and then it'll eventually tie into that, which I'll probably just go ahead and tie it anyways, and then I can just take off that regulator. I still gotta not refill, but fill it up for the first time, that CO2 tank. But I'm not gonna do all that until the tank's basically ready for CO2. I just don't want. But I guess it wouldn't matter. But I'll definitely do another video on the regulator itself. This is also a GLA, so this is Greenleaf Aqua. You see their name right there. Definitely, I mean, this is probably the best regulator you can get out there. Definitely the most expensive one too. This regulator running about $300. But the nice thing about this one, obviously, it's a dual, which that's usually common with a lot of good ones. And then, but what's better about this one, this has also a bubble count already installed on it, and then also you got your plug-in to where we can put it on the timer, which you don't have. Well, I say you don't have to, but really you should put on a timer, because CO2, there's no point in running it at night. So definitely get yourself a timer like this one back here that I have for the lights, and just run your CO2 maybe an hour before the light comes on, and then turn off an hour before the lights turn off. Something like that. You can kind of research and do your own, but that's probably what I'm gonna do. But so I guess back to the diffuser. So I'll get that. I got one hand here, so I probably can't really show you guys me actually cut. I'm sure you guys know how to cut some hoses, so that's not really nothing. But I'll cut that and put it on, and I'll confirm of which side this goes in, and I'll come back with you guys. So I got the diffuser on. So I was kind of looking inside of it, and they both have plastic rings on both sides, so I don't think it really mattered. I mean, it's the exact same thing on both sides, but I'm pretty sure it goes this way from looking at pictures and stuff. So, I mean, if you guys, this probably be uploaded before this tank's even set up, so if you guys know, definitely let me know in the comments. I couldn't really find any information on it, but I'm assuming this is the right way, but I could still be wrong. But I got both the lines on. This one, I have to probably warm up that hose and try to see if I can work down a little bit more. You can see I kind of had to twist this pretty far up, which it's still holding on. It's on there pretty good, about ½ inch on it, but probably see if I can work that in just a little bit more, so I'm gonna get this hose on here, and then that's pretty much it for the setup, and we'll kind of just talk after that. So obviously for CO2, you're gonna need CO2 pressure tubing, and all that is, it's just basically air hose, but it's just a lot tougher. I mean, when you go to squeeze this tube, it's like a really hard plastic, so it just obviously prevents it from blowing out from the pressure of the CO2. Obviously, if you're pressure's right, it wouldn't even matter, but this is just for basically a precaution, and it's just better overall. But I'll get this cut and then show you guys. Focus. Okay, so just like that, we connected it. Obviously, you're gonna have to take this nub off first and kind of push it onto the pipe, and then just so you can screw it on. Because obviously, if you take this all the way off and then push the tube in there, you obviously can't get this back on. So just make sure when you take this off, just kind of push it down the pipe and then put it back in. Same with this. But so yeah, I just left it really long. I mean, I doubt I really need it this long. I mean, it'd probably be perfect just because the tank's right here. But that's just to kind of show you guys if I need to trim it off, I will. But other than that, really, I mean, that's all for the setup. Pretty simple diffuser part. Really, all the CO2 stuff's real simple when it comes to setting up and all that. It's just, I think the hardest part about all this is really just fine tuning, how much you're dosing in there. But other than that, really, the whole setup of CO2 is really not that hard that people try to make it out to be, or at least, people that haven't done it and are scared of it. But it's really not all that bad, I definitely keep making videos of all the setups of this so you guys can have an easier time. I definitely try to make it as easy as possible, but definitely I'll make a video on the diffuser regulator, and I'll kind of explain, and then eventually I'll make a whole video together on just explaining how all this works in general, and then kind of just go through all again what we just did, just showing you how we did everything, just so nothing gets uncovered. We definitely want to cover everything so you guys can understand. But so yeah, really, I mean, other than obviously doing the actual scape and planning and getting the final touches on, really just need to refill this tank, and obviously we have to fill this up with water about 3/4 way. You don't want to fill it up all the way because then you can't. That's the whole point of it, counting the bubbles. You want to be able to count the bubbles, and if you fill it up all the way, it'd be kind of harder to do that. But so this just unscrews and you just fill it up just about 3/4. You can even go less than that, but 3/4 is a good amount. That gives it enough time to shoot the bubbles up, and easier to count that way. But so yeah, I mean, obviously I gotta put this will just slip right back in. That's what's nice with the Awaza filters, all this stuff just pops up real easily. But I'll see if I can fix that, get that a little more down, and I'll definitely do a review and let you guys know what that diffuser is like. Definitely being the most expensive on the market. I mean, we'll have to see. There's not a lot of videos, if any, on YouTube of that diffuser itself, so I'll definitely make a video because I'm sure a lot of other people are thinking about that too. So yeah, if you guys like this video, definitely like, comment, subscribe, and if you want to stay with the setup of this tank, it's gonna be awesome. Obviously, you can see with the scape already done. If you've seen my other videos, you've probably already seen all this and how we did all this. But plants will be coming soon, and we'll get this all planted. And of course, I'll make videos and all that. And if you want to stay tuned and see the process of this tank and see it over time, definitely subscribe. But other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.